Ekutosi and Ndidi were the most talked about twins in Eziama village, not because of their beauty alone, but because they looked exactly the same. Wherever they walked, people always turned to look at them twice. At the market, traders paused. On the road, people whispered. Even strangers blinked and asked, are these two not the same person? Their mother had lived with this confusion since they were babies. Sometimes she would call one name and the wrong twin would answer. Sometimes she would scold one and the other would be the one crying. But the real problem was their characters. Ekutosi was sharp-mouthed, fearless, and always ready for argument. If someone offended her, she would not even think before replying. Ndidi was the opposite. Quiet, soft, slow to anger. She preferred peace. But because she looked exactly like her sister, people still feared her by mistake. The twins loved themselves too deeply. They did everything together. Cooking, washing, going to the stream, even sleeping. And since childhood, they kept one vow. Any man who wants to marry one of us must marry the two of us together. Their mother had begged them many times to stop saying it, but the twins never listened. One calm Saturday morning, the village was bright and full of life. The twins carried their water pots and walked to the stream. As they walked, people turned to look at them as usual. These twins again, some villagers whispered. Which one is this one now? Another person asked. At the stream, the girls fetched their water, rested a little, and then started their journey back home. They joked and laughed, walking side by side like two shadows. On that same bush path, Chijoke, a young man who recently came to visit his aunt, was walking toward the stream. When he saw the twins from a distance, he slowed down. He had never seen such identical people in his life. As they got closer, his eyes followed them carefully. Their steps matched. Their voices sounded alike. If one turned her head, the other did the same without thinking. But out of the two, one of them caught his attention more strongly. She walked in front with confidence and a bold face. Chijoke stood still after they passed. He kept looking back as they walked away, feeling something rise inside his chest. He whispered to himself, I must talk to that girl. I must marry her. But when he tried to study her face deeply, the other twin looked exactly the same, and confusion entered his head. When the twins got home, their mother was sitting outside the compound peeling cassava on a wooden stool. She looked tired. Her hands had been working since morning. She looked up and said, Welcome. Carry your pots inside. The twins entered the house laughing and talking about something funny that happened at the stream. Their mother shook her head slowly. These children, one day they will give me heart attack. She continued peeling her cassava and arranging them inside the basin. Not long after, footsteps entered the compound. It was Chijoke. Their mother looked up from her cassava and asked kindly, My son, who do you want to see? Chijoke stood straight and spoke politely. Ma, good afternoon. I saw one of your daughters at the stream this morning. I want to marry her. Their mother froze. The cassava almost fell from her hand. You want to marry which of them? Chijoke scratched his head. Ma, that is the problem. I don't know her name. They look exactly alike, but one of them caught my eye. Their mother breathed deeply and shouted inside, Ekutosi, Ndidi, come out here. The twins stepped out quietly and stood side by side. Chijoke looked at them. Left, right, left again, right again. The confusion became worse. Their mother asked, My son, which one did you see? Chijoke opened his mouth, but no words came out. He swallowed and finally said, Ma, I don't know again. They look too much alike. The twins laughed. Then Ekutosi stepped forward and spoke boldly. So, you want to marry somebody you cannot even recognize. Oga, go and sit down. Chijoke felt embarrassed. Ekutosi continued, "If you want to marry one of us, get ready to marry the two of us. We cannot be separated." Chijioke shouted softly, "God forbid, I cannot marry two sisters." Ekutosi hissed and dragged Ndidi inside the house. Their mother closed her eyes painfully and said, "My son, don't mind them. This is how they behave. They have chased many young men away." Chijioke left the compound slowly, still confused. The twins returned inside laughing. Their mother continued peeling cassava with heavy thoughts.